What's up, my beautiful soul family? How's everybody feeling today? Um, Blue Ivy, the alleged eldest daughter of Jay-Z and Beyonce, right? I've done a lot of readings on Blue Ivy, including some ones that may not been the most easy to watch or stomach, you know what I mean? Some of my readings have said that Blue Ivy was very depressed and, her parents were not the best parents to her, let's just say. If you guys get a chance, please go check out those other readings out with the Mother Lives. You can find a lot of them in the Celebrity Kids playlist that I have on my channel. Anyways, some of you guys was asking me if I could do a reading to see if Blue Ivy will ever run away from her parents or, disassociate herself with them. So I feel like in this video, that's what we need to look into. You know what I mean? So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna look into whether Blue Ivy will ever expect can't talk. We're gonna look into whether Blue Ivy would ever escape the grasp of Jay-Z and Beyonce. You know what I mean? Now y'all know, of course, before I start my reading, I need to put out my disclaimer, of course. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I state in this video is just my interpretation of the cards. There's nothing that I'm going to state in this video that have been proven to be fact as of now. So now that we done got that disclaimer out the way, I'm getting the sage lit, and then I'm going to shuffle these cards. We're going to look into whether Blue Ivy will ever make an escape from them. You know what I mean? Now, in the meantime, while I'm lighting the sage, I want y'all to leave a comment down below. Tell me what y'all think. Do y'all think Blue Ivy's going to get away? Do you think she's going to disassociate herself from Jay-Z and Beyonce one day? Or do you think that she's going to grow up toxic and just like them? Either way, we about to ask Spirit and see what Spirit says, y'all. Now, I got the sage just about lit. About to purify the air around the table right quick so I can talk to Spirit and get an accurate reading, and then we get ready to shuffle these cards. But like I said, leave the comment down below telling me what y'all think. Do y'all think yay or nay that she's gonna get away from Jay-Z and Beyonce one day? Spirit, can you please tell us, is Blue Ivy will Blue Ivy ever get away from her mom and dad one day? Will Blue Ivy ever get away from her mom and dad? Will she ever get away from Jay-Z and Beyonce? Or, escape the career, the spotlight, and that Spirit? Let me see somebody saying something in the comments. I'll read it in a minute. What's going on, Spirit? Talk to me. Got the sage to purify it. What's up, y'all? I see y'all writing in the comments. Alright. Alright. Will Blue Ivy ever escape Jay-Z and Beyonce? Alright. We get ready to pull the cards because I feel the energy shifting, guys. It's just that, like I said, cards have told me so much about poor Blue. You know? Alright, we get ready to pull the cards. Let's see what y'all saying in the comments. I feel like this last month. And then let's see what y'all are saying. Blue is a slave. When will she start her music career? Those are some good questions, my babies. We're going to answer that. We're going to answer that. All right. We ready. One more, and then we're going to come in. All right. We good. We Gucci. All right. Blue ID. You got the page of Pentacles, but it's in reverse. And remember I told you guys that a page could mean an earth sign child. You know what I mean? Blue, if I'm not mistaken, is a Capricorn. I feel like Blue is going to be given some kind of a lifeline. You know what I mean? Hmm. Blue right now is like a student in the industry in a sense. She's being taught the ropes. She's being taught everything that's been going on. She's gonna be thrown a lifeline or some kind of recovery thing. Uh, yeah. Hope it isn't by Diddy. You got the King of Cups reversed, which is she. I feel like right now she's being groomed by the industry. I'm feeling like this is what I'm seeing. You know what I mean? At these parties, like she's being kind of touched on. We're gonna say it that way. Touched on. You know what I mean? She's kept from communicating with a lot of people too. This is what I'm seeing. So let me see. Well, actually, where is she? The Ace of Pentacles. This is to groom her and get her ready for her career. Blue's very depressed though, and very upset. Very she's not happy, but she goes along with a lot of the stuff, you know what I mean, that her parents want. She feels like they don't care about her feelings anyway. You know what I mean? But she tries to go along with it because she does love them. But a lot of stuff that they're making her do right now, she feels ashamed of. She feels remorseful for her. She feels a lot of sorrow and hurt and upset for her. They're robbing her of her innocence, is what she feels like, because she's a part of the secret society. So it's not just ugh. It's not just Jay-Z and Beyonce that, you know what I mean, is grooming her and having making her do all of this. It's she's part of a much larger society and group. It's like a huge group of individuals, like in the industry. Basically, the whole industry owns Blue. You know what I mean? And she gets threatened and she gets intimidated. She gets talked too bad when she doesn't, do and go along with what they say. But she feels like she don't really want this lifestyle. She don't want the fame. She don't want the fortune. She don't want all of that crap, and she feels very depressed having to be in this, this world, especially when, let's just say, you got grown men doing not so nice things at times, or at least this allegedly. This is what I'm seeing in the cards. What I feel like Spirit is trying to tell me. You know what I mean? This is just like I said. Spirit is saying, take it with a grain of salt, all alleged. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're robbing her of her innocence. They're stealing her innocence from her. She feels defeated and she wants to walk away, but she feels stuck because they're taking care of her right now. You know what I mean? And they're the ones who, like, let me see here. She feels stuck because it's her parents that's taking care of her right now, and they're the ones who is balancing any kind of finances she have. You know what I mean? Any kind of finances she gets through them. You know what I mean? The Queen of Swords, somebody that analyzes with their head out their heart. She knows that her father does crooked business deals. You know what I mean? And that they're mean spirited to her. Let me see the death. Death, you got the Knight of Wands, which is somebody about traveling. Then you got the Ace of Wands, traveling and creativity. I do feel like she wants to walk away from all of this. You know what I mean? Or she will one day want to walk away from all of this. I don't feel like she wants to be in the spotlight the way they put her in the spotlight. I know, like, some of you guys have said, "Oh, Beyonce said she didn't want her in the show, but she wanted to be in the show." That's bull crap. That's Beyonce have said a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? That has come back that allegedly not be, you know what I mean, factual. Let's just say that. Like, there's clips of Beyonce that said that she wrote songs that she never really wrote. You know what I mean? Or at least allegedly, other people are alleging that they wrote them instead. Let me see here. So she does want to get away from it all and take her own path. You know what I mean? Even if that path means that she wouldn't be in the spotlight and stuff like that. That's what she wants. Those would to be the decisions she would make. She wants to be free from a tyrannical father. Allegedly, this is what I'm seeing. That she constantly has to feel on guard against, has to feel upset with, that she doesn't get along with, that she feels like he's always putting her in competition with others, you know what I mean? And that it's a struggle to have a happy family with, where all her dad wants to do is be manipulative and treacherous. You know what I mean? All he cares about is staying famous. You know what I mean? He don't care about, and she feels hopeless at times because he doesn't care about her happiness. You know what I mean? Hmm. Feels like he's overbearing. She does want to get away from all of that, and she feels like her mother ain't much help either. Her mother moves fast too, makes trying to force her to grow up too fast, which it feels like it's stunting her growth. Hmm. She feels like they're both robbing her of happiness. Let me see here. What's they call the shout out her name? They do all kind of messed up stuff to her. You know what I mean? If she feels something, they don't care about what she feels. She's expected to keep all her feelings under wraps and just do what she's told in the industry. They basically sold a child to the industry allegedly. This is what I feel like Spirit is trying to say. You know what I mean? I see y'all writing in the chats, but I'm gonna finish up the reading and then I'm gonna come read what some of you guys are saying. Okay? But this is what I'm seeing in the cards, allegedly. She just wants to be able to be a kid. She wants to get away from the spotlight. You know what I mean? Things always having to be in the spotlight, but she's been made to grow up too fast. You know what I mean? I think she's gonna end up bitter and resentful of her parents. You know what I mean? This is how she's gonna grow up. Let me see here. Bitter and resentful, and hmm let me see here. Lowest card, Queen of Pentacles, but right next to that is the Knight of Pentacles reversed, which means a lot of scattered energy. You know what I mean? Not earning the money that they're earning, so they kind of pull I feel like her parents pull the money strings. They use money to keep her in her place, and they all belong to the secret society. So money kind of rules their life right now. You know what I mean? She don't get it. She don't agree with them. She don't get along with them for that. You know what I mean? Um very unhappy. Very unhappy. She's not a happy child at all. She feels like she constantly be on guard. She's constantly fearful. She's constantly upset. You know what I mean? Because she has to bring them money. She has to, you know what I mean? Make it look and keep up appearances. Make it look like they're just big, wonderful family. She has to, you know what I mean? Bring the family prosperity. They do. They sell their daughter like she's a brand, allegedly. You know what I mean? What it seems like. Let me see here. She wants to be released from this toxicity because she feels like she has no voice. She feels like you know what I mean? They always dominate her and make her cower and give in. You know what I mean? She desires to go out there on her own. Hmm. She's always stopped from doing what she wants to do though because her family is rich and famous. You know what I mean? She lives in a fantasy world, one where she can travel and escape all of this, but she feels a lot like she's imprisoned. You know what I mean? And she knows the wrath that can meet her from her father if she doesn't do what they say. I see her eventually retreating from fame and fortune one day. So to answer everybody's question, I do think that whenever she can, she's going to like try to stay away from the spotlight because I think she's had more than enough of it. You know what I mean? She can't even be a normal child because she always got to be on her best behavior, for the because the world is always watching. She can't be Blue Ivy the person. She always gotta be Blue Ivy the brand. You know what I mean? And that could be overwhelming for a 13-year-old girl, allegedly. So I'm out of cards. I want to remind everybody this was all alleged. So let's see what some of you guys are saying down below. What do y'all think? Why does Beyonce expose Blue like this? It's a money grab. When will she start her music career? That's a good question, and I'll do that on another video. But I feel like she's probably going to want to get away from all the, eventually. What is this? You know what I mean? This is what I'm feeling like. Um, Carla said that Blue is a slave. Yeah, she kind of is. I mean, if you guys think about it, since that girl was born, or even before she was born, they was putting her out there as a brand. You know what I mean? They've made a lot of money. Anytime you didn't they patent their daughter's name? Like what's the word I'm looking for? You know when you they made it like a trademark, like they basically yeah, they patented it. You know what I mean? Where somebody else can't use her name because it's now a brand. And it's like, but that's the baby's name. It's not supposed to be, I can see if she was grown and wanted the spotlight, but this is just my opinion. I don't really agree with that whole logic. You know what I mean, guys? But leave a comment down below telling me what you guys think. Do you guys think that Blue Ivy is gonna one day walk away from the spotlight? You think she's gonna be done with this fame or fortune, or do you think she eats it up? Thank you, my beautiful soul family, for tuning in. I'll see y'all in the next reading. You have a good one, my babies.